Hi everybody, this is Patricius Ministries YouTube channel. I'm Father Bill and you're all very welcome here. I'm sure many of you guys, like me, have been dying to see Zach Snyder's Justice League because the one that came out back in 2017, I think it was really bad, I thought anyway. It was such a huge departure from the DC movies that had come before it. And I'm personally a very big fan of Zach Snyder's movies, particularly Watchmen and his DC work. I know not everybody is, but I find them really, really intriguing. I spent 2 nights of this week watching the 4-hour-long version of Justice League, and to be honest, it's really great to see the director's own vision without the corrosive interference of the studios that seems to be happening all over the place nowadays in Hollywood. It makes all the difference, and this movie was far superior than the last one, with events and decisions that had consequences, essentially, and characters, both the heroes and the bad guys, having actual reasons for doing the things they were doing, and they were also treated with dignity. I mean, Joss Whedon's version I found was quite ridiculous, with the characters alone doing things just because Batman said so. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, if Batman told me to do something, I would do it, and I'd do it quite happily so. So guys, I would encourage everybody to check this movie out. I think it's on Now TV. You can get that in Ireland with the movie package. So it's really worth looking at, especially if you're, like me, a fan of comic book movies. Now, but having watched Snyder's original vision, I was really taken by the very strong theme of Superman's resurrection, his return, and the fact that, spoilers here by the way, that he was resurrected by Batman, Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman and Aquaman, so as to be able to help them take on this really big bad guy Steppenwolf. Now, one of the big issues in the movie is the consequences of Superman's resurrection and what that means for Earth. Now, because Batman and Cyborg in particular, these guys were having premonitions all the way out through the movie that if Superman is resurrected, it will have dire consequences for the Earth in the future, because his love for Lois Lane, who seemingly dies at some point in the future, turns Superman really nasty. He turns against the rest of the Justice League, and pure chaos erupts over the Earth. It's like the visions that Batman and Cyborg have, that Earth becomes almost a kind of hell. So there's a constant threat to Earth if they bring Superman back from the dead, but they have to in order to stop the bad guy Steppenwolf. Now, I was thinking about this in terms of Jesus' resurrection. I know, shock horror, a priest thinking about Jesus' resurrection. I mean, we know Jesus died on the cross, and I have a video of that, by the way, on my channel. Go check it out, about the kind of violent nature of the crucifixion. But Jesus, having died on the cross, he rises to life 3 days later. And now, far from being fearful of this momentous event in our history, it's something that we celebrate each year at every single Mass. Every time we give God thanks in private prayer, either as individuals or as a family or as a Christian community of the church. Thinking about this, I couldn't help but think of what C.S. Lewis said concerning the resurrection of Jesus, and I quote, "The New Testament writers speak as if Christ's achievement in rising the dead was the first event of its kind in the whole of history of the universe. He is the first fruits, the pioneer of life, and he has forced open a door that has been locked since the death of the first man. Jesus has met, fought, and beaten the king of death. Everything is different because he has done so." End quote. And that's from C.S. Lewis's book Miracles, chapter 16 to be precise. Everybody, the resurrection of Jesus, it has ushered in a new era, a new life for you and me. And far from inviting hell on earth, in fact, Jesus' resurrection has broken the power of hell and has opened for us the door to heaven for all of us. And Jesus' resurrection, it came about not by any man-made magic or power, but because he himself is the author of life, and he had to undergo death in this world so as to be victorious over it, to break its grip on you and me. And you know, the beauty about this is that whereas Superman is simply a being among beings and is obviously a fictitious character on film in the comics, Jesus is being itself, right? The source of life, and it's also someone who is real and alive. So guys, unlike Batman, Wonder Woman and the rest of the Justice League gang who feared the resurrection of Superman in the movie, we have no fear of Christ's resurrection. Instead, as faithful Christians, we face fear and we face death with the song of Alleluia. Hi everybody, Father Bill here. If you enjoyed that presentation and would like to hear more like it, then please leave a like, share and subscribe to see future content. And until the next video, ciao!